Welcome to Community America Ballpark. I am Matt Folks. You don't really care about me right now because this guy you probably have seen once, twice, or if you're like me, let's see, 11.
Hundreds of times.
Yeah, hundreds of times. I'm thinking how many seasons, how many episodes do you think of Saved by the Bell?
I did with the original and new class and Good Morning Miss Bliss about 240 something episodes over 11 years, and the show went to 87 countries around the world.
Okay, so because I want to get into that. Right. So before we do that, in case you don't recognize him, Dennis Haskins from Mr. Belding from Saved by the Bell. But could you have ever imagined when you go into that audition, and then even when the show starts, just the popularity it had?
You know, it's funny. I went to the network and I did not get the job, and I called my manager at the time and said, "You got to get me back in there." And she basically told me to give up. So I called the executive producer and I said, "Hey, how'd I do?" And he goes, "Oh, you did great. We're going to bring you back." He told me later that's when he decided to bring me back. And then I got the job. I was just glad to have the job. And Good Morning Miss Bliss, we started with Haley Mills, was canceled by the Disney Network. It was a Disney NBC thing. So NBC, Brandon Tartikoff bought the rights to Mr. Belding, Screech, Lisa, and Zach, and added Slater Jesse Kelly because he wanted to show that his daughter could watch, that she would get something out of and enjoy too. So that's what's happened with Saved by the Bell on Saturday mornings.
What was it about that show, though, that A, made it last so long, B, made it so endearing to people? I mean, I remember an episode of Mad About You, they mentioned Saved by the Bell. I mean, what was it about the show, do you think?
Well, I think it was the kids were the ages they were playing, and they were going through basic rights and wrongs, like what happens when you hurt your best friend's feelings, or what happens when you really want to date a girl and she doesn't want to give you the time of day, or you end up trying to get into detention so you can hang out with the cheerleader and it ends up being Zach and Slater instead of Kelly. You know, all these kinds of things, or what happens when you wreck your car or your principal's car, all those things. And honestly, those are things that everybody went through. The first kiss, first date, first time in detention, right. All those things.
Okay, Dennis Haskins, he's here tonight here at Community America Ballpark. Great celebrity appearance. We're going to have fun tonight, and if you're watching this early enough on the Facebook, come on out because by the seventh inning, you're going to be having fun. Be signing autographs, but then singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" around the seventh inning stretch. This is part of the Mr. Belding's Boys of Summer tour, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and this has been going on for what?
Well, you know, baseball has always been the Boys of Summer. I mean, we were talking earlier with Brownie, the GM, that I've been to the Hall of Fame 3 times. And I just, you got to love baseball. Baseball's America's game. So, yeah, we're going to have fun. I'm here to say hi to everybody, so please come up and say hi. I'll be signing autographs from the 2nd through the 6th inning. And then we're going to do Take Me Out to the Ball Game, a la Harry Carey. All 1, 2, and then you kick off. So, yeah, we're here. Baseball's fun. You know what? Minor league baseball is almost more fun than Major League Baseball because you guys take care of the fans. All the kids are the focus of the teams, and the fans are the focus of the teams because the players come and go in minor league ball. In the bigs, they stay, in the show. But so you really definitely put a little extra effort and take care of the fans. And you guys must be doing something really right because the team's doing well, and you have at least 5,000 fans a night. That's really cool.
It's good to hear somebody else say that because obviously we're biased and we think we're doing a good job.
I'm going to put my hat on. There you go. We'll get my T-bone and say, this is my game hat, my game face.
Very nice. Okay, so Saved by the Bell. One clip that, you're famous for one big saying, hey, what's going on here?
They had us in the script. Our director used to go to the kids, hey. No, he used to go, hey, blah, 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 come on. So they wrote, hey in the script, and I decided to have fun with the director in rehearsal, and I went, hey, what is going on? Everybody laughed. And next thing you know, they write it in. It's the rest is history. That and the laugh. Golly. That used to be my laugh. Now I can do it on cue.
As you think about that, just the whole series, the whole 11 seasons, just how much fun it looked like you guys were just having a great time.
Well, I'm glad it did because it was work. The kids came in, they went to school from 8 o'clock to 11:30, then they would rehearse, then they were in and out of school for 3 days of the week, and then we had dress rehearsal on Thursday, and we put in full days in addition to them going to school. They worked a lot harder than I did, to be honest with you. But it was, I was the only adult on the show as a regular. So, but I didn't act like one. I think Mr. Belding was a big kid. But when it came down to it, he was the principal. He even fired his own brother. Come on.
Okay, so that reminds me. What is your favorite episode?
Oh, my favorite episode is the rafting trip where Rod Belding comes to school. He's one of the teachers. The kids love him. Mr. Belding is a little jealous, but then he bails on the kids, and Mr. Belding goes, "Get out of my school," because he's not taking care of the kids. And Mr. Belding doesn't throw him under the bus, but he says, "I don't know much about it, but if you'll have me, I'll take you." And then Zach had heard the whole thing. So Zach knew Mr. Belding really stood up for the kids. So that's really kind of the bonding episode of the principal and the students. And even in this, there was a Screech episode where the military was trying to get Screech. They thought he was an alien. So Mr. Belding even helped get the military to leave Screech alone. So, he always stood up for the students.
And we were talking about this a little bit ago. I think mine is probably the caffeine. Jesse and the no-dos.
No-dos. Our biggest, most serious episode was about caffeine pills. That's how serious we got. But it was basic rights and wrong. We had a lot of fun, it was a comedy. We hit people with a feather with our message, not with a hammer, so that was fun. And everybody has their, from Johnny Dakota episodes to their favorites, which is pretty cool. We did about, I think, 100 episodes of the original and 140-something of the new class, which came after. Of course, everybody remembers Zach and Slater and Kelly and Jesse and the others.
Okay, so besides the Mr. Belding's Boys of Summer tour, what else are you up to these days? I mean, obviously the Mad Men episode a few months ago.
I did a Mad Men. I did it back in December, and we couldn't talk about it. I didn't know when it was going to air because it's a big secrecy thing around Mad Men. This is the last season. So it aired in March, and my Twitter blew up. I was trending on Twitter, which is unbelievable. I mean, one of the top 10 things in the country people were talking about, and Canada, by the way. That was cool. And I did a Victorious, which a lot of the kids know, and a Young and the Restless. So I got them all covered. Got the soaps covered, I got the kids' shows covered, and I got the serious dramatic shows. And I did an It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia that people talk about a lot, too.
And just a quick little 2 degrees of separation. One's of Kansas City's own, Rob Riggle, also did a Victorious one time.
Oh, okay.
He played a principal, actually.
Did he really? He did. The real principals work so hard. It was fun to. I always tried to represent. The bottom line was, no matter how silly Mr. Belding got on Wednesday, he still had to be the principal on Thursday, so they didn't take it too far because we wanted to maintain that respect. And one time back in the day, I got to do an event with the Secretary of Education. That's just unbelievable to me.